T. Higgins and Jamar Chase for sure extorted the Bengals. They recently signed new deals. Nobody really was sure that the Bengals were going to be able to keep both of their superstar receivers, and they were able to do that. Jamar Chase, he's now the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. And let me get his deal real fast. These niggas be making so much money. And it's still not basketball money, which is crazy, which isn't baseball money, which isn't soccer money. But I digress. But Jamar Chase, he signed a 4-year, $161 million extension. He gets $74 million fully guaranteed at signing. He gets like a $41 million base salary and roster bonuses and this, that, and the third. So he's making a whole lot of bread. And then T. Higgins, he's not that far behind. He got a 4-year, $115 million deal where he gets $30 million fully guaranteed at signing, $20 million roster bonus, and they both getting a lot of bread. But all of this begs the question: like the Bengals had, I think, the 32nd, which is the absolute last ranked defense in the NFL last year. How are they going to pay defensive players? Because these niggas were horrible at defense last year, and they didn't get nobody in free agency. They got a star pass rusher in Trey Hendrickson, who still also hasn't signed. And I think the Bengals owner is like, this sounds like an oxymoron, but I think he's one of like the poor billionaires in the NFL. So I don't know what they're finna do. You think the Bengals are finna be something next year?
What they're really saying in all of this is that Joe Burrow can't have no slow starts no more. That's all that's all that's really saying. Hey, we got your weapons and we got them tied down. I still think they need to address the running back situation a little bit. Like I think Zach Brown is still there, but there is a clear drop off between what you had and I forgot the nigga name.
Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon. Although he was not like the most elite running back, like he got the job done. I think you need to address that. But that defense. That defense. And I think somebody retired recently there. I don't know if it was an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman. Somebody. I feel like somebody.
I don't know. But honestly, if they retired from the Bengals last year, it might be for the best because, as I stated, there was a horror. Like last year, the offense was so good, so amazing, and they still didn't make the playoffs because their defense was just that bad. So.
Yeah, but it took them a little minute for the offense to click. Like it took them about 3 or 4 weeks to kind of like get things going. And yeah, what all that's telling me is I'm going to get 35, 40-point games.
They don't have to like,
and they may not lose.
You play fantasy football, get them in fantasy because they're going to have to outscore teams to win. I mean, you got to do that to win any game, but like they have to put up 30, 40 plus points to win games.
And they had a lot of close games.
They
had a lot of close games even last year. Even the games that they won, there was like by like last second drives. You better make sure that kicker is under control. Make sure your kicker's straight. Because you're gonna need your kicker. We're gonna need Joe Burrow to stay healthy. We're gonna need T. Higgins to produce. Because that's a lot of money for T. Higgins. And
I think T. Higgins is one of the better receivers in the NFL. Though. So I don't think that's like an overpay or nothing. Because even though he's technically like the number 2 for them, I think he's still like I think he could be like a number 1 receiver on any other team that just didn't have Jamar Chase.
I won't disagree. But that team wouldn't be playoff bound either. But I agree. Like, yeah, of course he could. It depends on the pieces
around him. It depends on the pieces. But it depends on the pieces around him with that team. But I do get what you're saying, though.
Yeah, like there's definitely tiers to it, but like at the same time, like I don't disagree that he could be a number 1 somewhere else. Like there's plenty of teams. There's 32 of these hoes. And then because I'm looking at the wide receiver duos compared to like what's out there in the league. Mm-hmm. Granted, we've been playing musical chairs. I don't know what the hell Tyreek is. I don't know what Tyreek is right now. I don't know. He He had a weird year last year. I don't know what that.
I don't
know if I want to. I don't know if I want to make that like as a one off. Like that's just an anomaly season, and then he's just gonna bounce back.
because he is getting older. I think he might be 30, which in real life it isn't old, but football that's sort of old. So there's that. But I do think I think the Bengals.
Is it a top 5 receiver duo?
Oh, for sure. I think they're probably 2 because I think AJ Brown and actually, do I think T Higgins is better than DeVonta Smith? Do I think T Higgins is better than DeVonta Smith?
You think they're the best? You think they're the best?
It's either them or I think either the Bengals or the Eagles are the best. Who would you say?
I would have. Me personally, I feel like the Vikings are in that conversation when a duo.
I don't know how.
I think
Addison is good, but I don't think he's better than. I don't think he's better than the T Higgins or Smith yet. So I wouldn't put them there. But I think Jordan Addison is really good though.
It also depends on how you feel about. Now, granted, I understand like, what you call it? Like, I understand that these niggas are a little bit older.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about the Rams duo?
I feel like I said before, like I'm not the biggest DeVonta Adams fan, but he might still have something. And Puka Nacua is like that nigga. He's low key a monster, bro. Like
nice, but like DeVonta Adams as your 2, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing though. That's
the thing. Like DeVonta Adams as your 2 is like
exactly that's different because he's getting guarded by the second best corner.
I don't know how you feel. I don't know how you feel about the Texans wide receiver duos with Nico and
I mean, because Diggs not on the team and Tank Dell. I think Tank Dell's really good.
I didn't know Diggs was out. I didn't know Diggs was out.
Yeah, he was only on a 1-year deal, so he's still a free agent right now. Which I'm surprised nobody picked him up because he's good. And the Steelers, they got them a nice little duo with DK and Pickens now, but I would still, I think, I would go Bengals number 1 and then Eagles number 2 for wide receiver duos.
Okay. You could. Okay. I see what you mean. Who's the duo for Detroit? Amon and who?
And Jameson Williams.
Okay.
Jameson, he's good, but he just be doing stupid shit. So he's like
Bears, nigga. All right, Bears. Are the Commanders in this conversation at all?
I don't know what Debo is, bro, because Debo was hurt and cheese. And low-key, Debo, he's only been to 1 Pro Bowl. I didn't realize that.
I didn't know that either. Wow.
Like, I thought his career was much better, but he's only really had like 1 super cold year. And then the rest, he just been living off reputation.
So you would say that tier 1 is Bengals, Eagles, and then everybody else is then there's everybody else.
I'd say tier 1 is like Bengals, Eagles, and low key the
Vikings. I really want to put the Vikings there.
I would put Bengals, Eagles, and Vikings.
Okay.
As tier 1, and then everybody else is sort of tier 2 type.
I'm not mad at that because even if you have an elite receiver, your second is not better than T.
Yeah. And I can see like by the end of next year, I can see the what are you talking about? The Rams moving up into that tier. I just got to see what DeVonta look like. But he probably will be solid though. At bare minimum, he's gonna be solid. Because he didn't have like his best year, but he had Aaron Rodgers throwing to him last year. He had the ghost of Aaron Rodgers throwing to him last year. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I think Stafford can get something out of him. Just even if it's not something elite, it'll be serviceable.
Matthew Stafford, he didn't have I want to say his career started off terribly because he was with Detroit and there was trash for all the years. But he done thrown to some cold receivers, bro. Calvin Johnson, Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, now DeVonta Adams. Like he done had him some cold receivers.
Odell.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Odell that year.
Yeah, he didn't have some receivers.
Yeah. and he got in the Super Bowl. He gonna end up sneaking into the Hall of Fame, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, because I don't know what his record's looking like, but
I could see that for sure. He can sneak into the Hall of Fame. No, I don't think I'll be mad at it. I don't think I'll be that mad at it.
Yeah, bro. Every time I think of Matthew Stafford, I'm like, damn. I miss Andrew Luck. I miss Andrew Luck bad, bro.